Moments away from kickoff in Nashville, Jack Del Rio, his second year on the Raiders sideline. He said this almost feels like a divisional game since the two teams met in the regular season in November last year and also in the preseason last month. And on the other sideline, Mike Mularkey coming off a big win for the Titans last week in Detroit, pulling one out late. Mularkey named the interim head coach last year for the final 9 games and got the interim tag dropped this past January. The Raiders won the toss and they have deferred, and it's been rough go for the Titans at home over the last 2 years. Just 2 wins, both against the Jacksonville Jaguars. Mark Mariani to receive the kickoff, and it will be a touchback. Tennessee will start at the 25-yard line with Marcus Mariota coming out. And he struggled at home as well. Just 1-6 in his career at home. 11 touchdowns, 10 interceptions. But we mentioned in the open, Derek Carr emerging as one of the top young quarterbacks in the NFL. And Mariota, in just his second year, he's heading in that direction as well.
No doubt. And as a rookie last year, 4 games with 3 or more touchdowns, tied the NFL record with a guy you may have heard of, Peyton Manning. So he's off to a great start, getting better every week.
DeMarco Murray at running back on 1st down and 10. Mariota to the air. And that pass is caught for a 1st down. It is Rashard Matthews picking up 14. So we take a look at the starting offense for the Tennessee Titans. Big change at right guard. Chance Warmack to injured reserve. So Josh Klein makes his Titans debut and gets the start. And Anthony Fasano will start for the injured Delaney Walker, not playing today because of a hamstring injury.
Yeah, Fasano, the veteran, who is a really good run blocker. Not as good in the pass game, but that doesn't mean that Mariota won't throw it to him occasionally.
First handoff of the day goes to DeMarco Murray, and he gets a couple of yards as we look at the Raiders defensively, a unit that is last in the NFL. And we start up front with Justin Ellis, 3rd-year man out of Louisiana Tech, making his 26th start of his NFL career. A change at linebacker for the Raiders. Corey James gets the nod in favor of Ben Heaney, who started the first 2 games. And Carl Joseph, the 1st-round pick, gets his first NFL start.
Yeah, Jack Del Rio hoping that Carl Joseph can bring some impact playmaking and discipline into this defense.
Murray trying the left side this time, has a hole, and has a Tennessee 1st down into Oakland territory, all the way up to the 42-yard line. Gain of 17 for DeMarco Murray.
Well, when you look at this has been the Raiders' problem so far this year. Look how easy it is for DeMarco. You're seeing the very end of the run there, but for DeMarco Murray over the left side, really untouched when he gets through that initial line of scrimmage. That second level of defense, the linebacker level and safety level, is not there, not filling the gaps, not filling the hole and making those tackles. It's going to be a long day for this Raiders defense again if they don't tighten that up.
Titans rushed for 139 on the ground last week in the win at Detroit. Mariota back to the air on 1st down, looking for Sharp, and it's incomplete. Tried the back shoulder throw, and they went at Sean Smith, who's had a terrible start to his Raiders career.
Yeah, just a deliberate back shoulder throw. You see it all over the league, and this is a play that you'd like Sharp to make. Just a little off timing. Good throw, I think, by Mariota, high and outside with not too much velocity. Sharp's just got to get his head around and pull that in, but you can bet that Sean Smith is going to get a lot of footballs thrown at him today.
Raiders defense has allowed over 500 yards in each of their first 2 games. This is Derrick Henry on the carry, and the bruising running back collides with Malcolm Smith and picks up 4 yards on the play.
Yeah, it's interesting because now the Titans, they put their fullback, Jolston Fowler, on the field, and they've gone 2-back sets. Not too much. I mean, they're a tight end, 2 tight end kind of team, but with Fowler in there, it kind of tips you off that they want to hand it off and run the football and see if the Raiders can hold up. They want to shorten this game because they know Derek Carr and the Raiders can score fast.
Titans 50% on third downs this year, tied for 6th in the NFL. It's 3rd and 6. Mariota, and that one is caught by Jay Samaro. Playing in his first game as a Titan. That's his first catch as a Titan. He gets 17.
Well, you saw in the motion before the snap, a linebacker was outside with DeMarco Murray. That told Marcus Mariota he had one-on-one, man-to-man coverage with Jay Samaro on a safety. Jay Samaro playing today because Delaney Walker is out with the hamstring injury. What Mike Mularkey told us was they do have a lot of confidence in Jay Samaro, the young tight end, in the passing game. He showed right there. There's good reason to believe in him.
Mariota again, and this one goes off the hands of Tajay Sharp. Coverage on the play by Sean Smith.
Now, that's one of the things about this Tennessee offense. When they drafted Derrick Henry and they have DeMarco Murray in the backfield, that guy right there, Marcus Mariota, is just a way to keep him from having to drop back 35 times, 40 times a game. He's got a lot of great guys to hand the football to, and that's their philosophy. Make sure you keep the ball on the ground and don't turn it over.
DeMarco Murray. And he maybe gets a yard on the play. Murray last week had 145 yards from scrimmage, the most by a Tennessee running back since Chris Johnson 3 seasons ago.
And that's a welcome sight for Jack Del Rio and Ken Norton Jr., the defensive coordinator for the Raiders. A lot of black shirts right there in the gaps, filling their assignments in the right position, and a good solid second down run stop for that Raiders defense.
See if the Raiders defense can hold Tennessee to a field goal attempt. It's 3rd down and 9. And a flag is down. Our referee today is Tony Corrente.
Offense, number 8. 5-yard penalty. Repeat 3rd down.
That goes on Mariota.
Yeah, he must have simulated a snap with his body language. I didn't notice it because there's so much movement going on. You're not allowed to simulate. I don't know. He backed away from the snap after he called the signal, and that's simulating a snap. I'll tell you what, that makes me suspect that Jack Del Rio and their coaching staff noticed it on film and alerted the official to that, because you don't see that call. That's something the official has to be alerted to. We didn't notice it because you see it so much.
Those are the subtle little things that coaches do in the pregame warm-up.
3rd down and 14. A screen pass to Murray. He's got the 20. Murray to the 15 and tackled 5 yards short of a first down. So Mike Mularkey will send out his field goal kicker, Ryan Suckup.
I like the play call by Mike Mularkey and Terry Robisky, the offensive coordinator. 3rd and long, young quarterback. You're already in field goal range. Try and surprise the Raiders with a screen pass on the outside. Get some of it back. Give your kicker an easier kick. Maybe you break a few tackles and get that first down.
It's a 34-yard field goal attempt for Ryan Suckup, who's made 9 from inside 50 yards. With 4. Suckup's kick is good. 20 in a row from inside 50. The franchise record is 24, set by Al Del Greco. Tennessee out to a 3-0 lead on Oakland, a 10-play, 59-yard drive, but it's now 18 straight games where the Titans have failed to score a touchdown on their opening drive. It dates back to week 1 of last year when the Titans beat the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Tywan Jones back deep to receive the kickoff from Ryan Suckup. Jones did fumble a kickoff last week in the loss against Atlanta, but Oakland recovered
at the 4-yard line.
So it
is a short kick, and it goes out of bounds.
It's a huge mistake.
That can't happen.
Yeah, what are you afraid of? Kicking it deep?
At 40-yard line, first down.
Golden field position for the Raiders to start their first offensive drive.
Oh, that's a huge play early in the game, that kind of field position.
Well, we mentioned this already. It is hot in Nashville. Temperature above 90 degrees. Feels a lot warmer than that. The last color you'd want to be in today is black, and that's what the Raiders have to wear because the Titans elected to wear their white uniforms.
That's a conscious decision by Mike Mularkey to take advantage of the conditions.
Carr throwing on first down for Cooper, and he's got it for a catch, and that is noteworthy because Derek Carr went right at Parrish Cox, who's been struggling for Tennessee. The first throw, they go right to Cox.
Well, you know, if you've got a guy that's struggling in your defense, the offense is going to try and get after him right away, and they put their best offensive weapon in Amari Cooper right on Parrish Cox and throw right at him right out of the gate. And that is a big play. Great field position and then a big play to start the game. Couldn't be better for the Raiders.
Goes for 25 yards. That's the 6th catch for Cooper of 20 yards or more. He leads the NFL. They go back to the air. Looking at Cox again, and Roberts dropped it. Parrish Cox had slipped. Seth Roberts was wide open, and he drops it.
Well, we got, the feeling yesterday that the Raiders felt really good about matchups on Parrish Cox. Jason McCourty on the other side is a very solid corner, respected around the league, but got the strong impression the Raiders might go after, number 20 a little bit today, and right away out of the box, Parrish Cox is getting that message. 2
passes, both targeted at Cox. He's lined up against Amari Cooper here on 2nd and 10. This time Carr looks the other direction, and it's incomplete. Intended for Jameis Olawale. As we look at the Raiders offense, and their right tackle Menelik Watson is back after missing last week because of a groin injury. And Latavius Murray in his 4th year out of Central Florida, 2 rushing touchdowns on the season.
Yeah, and he's a big running back. 57 yards last week. I still try to figure out why he only got 8 carries last week in that game against Atlanta, but he is a big, productive running back.
It is 3rd down and 10. Raiders 39% on 3rd downs this season. Carr finds Richard, and he's got an Oakland first down. The rookie Jalen Richard with a gain of 13, and the Oakland Raiders move the chains.
Well, this is just too easy. Richard's just going to come out of the slot position as a running back and just run to the flat. And there's nobody there. As you see, the defense trying to rally to make it, but that's a 3rd and 10. Derek Carr, David Carr's brother,
yes,
is absolutely so poised at this young point in his career. I mean, that's the thing that grabs you when you talk to him and when you see him play.
1st down and 10. Latavius Murray has a hole up the middle, slips a tackle, and takes it in. Touchdown Raiders. A 22-yard touchdown run for Latavius Murray.
Well, there's nothing fancy about what the Raiders did right there. Straight ahead, they've got a very big physical offensive line. We saw a lot of runs like this last week against Atlanta, which again goes back to the point why they didn't feed him the ball more, but he did not have any negative runs last week. Look at that, just one cut right up the middle. Nobody really even gets a hand on him, and the rest of it is easy work for Latavius Murray. Too easy, and very, very uncommon against the Tennessee Titans defense.
Yeah, Gabe Jackson, the right guard, got a great block. He helped with the tackle Menelik and then moved up to the 2nd level. Great job up front. It is a very big physical Raider offensive line, and they ran right behind it on that whole drive.
Sebastian Janikowski on for the extra point, and it's good. The Raiders now have 5 rushing touchdowns on the season. That leads the NFL. Latavius Murray puts the Raiders on top.
The NFL on CBS is sponsored by Southwest. Yes to low fares with nothing to hide. That's transparency. Verizon. Welcome to Verizon LTE Advanced, the next-gen network. And by Progressive, handing off big savings to you.
The Raiders lead the Titans 7-3 with 8:19 to go in the first quarter. Your weekend starts on Thursday when the Miami Dolphins battle the Cincinnati Bengals. It's Thursday Night Football on NFL Network.
You know, Andrew, Mike Mularkey, when we talked to him on Friday, seemed very confident about his defense, the Dick LeBeau defense against the Raiders offense, saying that they hadn't played a defense like the Tennessee Titans. Right there, he's got to be scratching his head right now. That Raiders offense looked pretty sharp on that drive.
Well, it started with great field position because of a bad kickoff, but man, oh man, it was impressive.
Janikowski kicks it away to Mariota, and the Titans will take this one at the 25-yard line. Well, during the national anthem, we did see several members of both the Raiders and the Titans put their fists in the air. Bruce Irvin and Malcolm Smith for Oakland and Tennessee. Jarrell Casey, Jason McCourty, and Wesley Woodyard. Those three have been doing it the entire season so far. Jarrell Casey said he's just echoing what Colin Kaepernick is doing, something he stands for, to bring fairness and equality to all races. First and 10 for Tennessee from the 25-yard line. Mariota keeps it himself. Now he decides to flip it, and the ball is fallen on by Douglas. That was a late pitch by Mariota. Heads-up play by Harry Douglas.
Well, it's a called pitch. I mean, Douglas makes himself available. I have a question as to whether this was a backward lateral or not. But you can see here, it's a quarterback read. Mariota has the opportunity to keep it, as you see it. And then Douglas just makes himself available. It looks like a good pitch from that angle, but that was a called play, and Douglas is supposed to be there. That was all thought out.
Yeah, there's a lot of creative little wrinkles in this Tennessee offense, taking advantage of Marcus Mariota's athletic ability.
They got 9 yards. Here's Henry on 2nd and 1, and he has a first down. Through the first 2 games of the season, Pro Football Focus has graded Derrick Henry as the top rookie running back in the NFL. He was teammates with Amari Cooper at Alabama and a 2nd-round pick in this year's draft.
The Titans going no huddle, trying to get some tempo, take advantage of maybe the heat, get that Raider defense breathing heavy, sweating a little bit.
Raiders defense has struggled against the no huddle this year. Mariota throwing, and it's broken up. Good coverage by David Emerson on the pass intended for Andre Johnson.
And a nice blitz pickup as well by Derrick Henry, the rookie. The Raiders came right up the middle with some extra pressure, and we're going to get to Mariota, but it was picked up. Derrick Henry stepping right up into it, giving Mariota a chance to get rid of it, but Emerson on the back end defended it well.
Henry on 2nd and 10. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, fought his way for maybe 2. It'll be 3rd down and long for Tennessee.
Yeah, this is one of the things that the Titans don't want to get into, the 3rd and 7 plus 3rd downs. I mean, they want to get into a 3rd and 3, 1, 2, or 3. They want 3rd and 5 or less, because this plays right into the Raiders' front 7 and their ability to rush the passer. And the Titans are not built to air it out in these games.
Mariota throws incomplete. A lot of contact on the far side. No call. It was Emerson and Tajay Sharp that collided, and Tennessee sends out its punt team.
Yeah, I don't know whether it was Tajay Sharp just losing his feet at the top of the route, getting the feet tangled up. That's a lot of contact up the field. It looked as though Emerson had his right arm on the left shoulder of Sharp.
Looked like he had a handful of jersey,
yes,
and that's usually automatic.
That's also a good job by Emerson, though, knowing where the referee was. The referee was behind Sharp, maybe couldn't see that.
Richard calls for a fair catch at the 7-yard line. A 53-yard punt by Brett Kern. Raiders lead 7-3. Back in Nashville, you can get the CBS Sports app for inside access to breaking news and expert analysis of your favorite team. It has everything you need. Download the CBS Sports app today. This is a Tennessee defense that had only allowed 1 touchdown in its first 2 games, but they give up a touchdown on the Raiders' opening drive, and Oakland leads it 7-3 with 6:16 to go in the first quarter. Latavius Murray, the running back, on 1st and 10. And he gets the call. And he is met by Damian Stafford. As we go back to that opening drive by the Raiders, they move right down the field.
Well, the great field position work for the Raiders. Obviously, they come out right away. They hit Amari Cooper over the top of Paris Cox. Then Jalen Richard on the nice 3rd down pickup. Finished off by a good, strong, physical run by Latavius Murray. That is not the kind of start the Tennessee Titans wanted, but Bill Musgrave, offensive coordinator for the Raiders, told us he wanted to focus on a quick start today. They hadn't done that the first 2 weeks of the season.
And Tennessee has called timeout. 5:41 to go in the first quarter, and the Titans trail 7-3.
The NFL on CBS is sponsored by Geico. 15 minutes could save you 15% or more on car insurance. And by Toyota. Let's go places.
As per usual, Raiders fans travel well. There's a lot of them here in Nashville. After the timeout, it is second down, and Carr completes it to Lee Smith. Sean Spence makes the tackle, and it will be third down and 6.
Yeah, the Tennessee Titans took that timeout. I don't think they liked the personnel combination they had on the field versus what the Raiders did. Now they got it straightened out. The Raiders are going to spread it out here and try and pick up this 3rd and 7. But look for the Raiders. Let's go to the near side. Get that matchup in the slot.
Carr, quick pass to Crabtree, and he's got it. Coverage on the play by Valentino Blake. It goes for 8, and it's good for an Oakland first down. And now Michael Crabtree, 10 of his 12 catches this year have gone for a first down, including a touchdown.
And in talking to Michael Crabtree yesterday, talked about the transition to this Raiders offense and the kind of pickup in his career, reestablishing himself. He attributes it directly to Derek Carr and being with a good young quarterback that really knows how to play the game.
And this is Richard on the carry for Oakland. Jalen Richard, undrafted out of Southern Miss, and DeAndre Washington, a rookie 5th rounder out of Texas Tech. They've really provided a bit of an opportunity for Latavius Murray to not get as taxed during the game. Richard and Washington very complementary to what Murray brings as a bigger back, and that's helped Murray and this Raiders offense through the first 2 games.
Yeah, and Washington and Richard both very, very versatile, using them in the passing game out of the backfield.
Second down and 8. Carr with a flag down, fires one towards Cooper, and out of bounds.
Well, there's going to be a hold in the backfield.
McCourty came down with that one, but he was out of bounds, and here's Tony Corrente.
Holding, offense, number 70. 10-yard penalty, and repeat second down.
Yeah, so he had a question, Corrente. Whenever they pull a penalty like that, it brings up a third and about 8, or do you want to give him a second down? And kind of a tough call. But you see here, there's going to be the hold, and
it was definitely a hold.
Yeah,
he got beat inside. Kelechi Osemele got beat inside, and trying to protect his quarterback, Derek Carr, did what most offensive linemen will do, whatever they got to do.
Second down and 17. Carr to Walford. And we're going to go back to New York for our first NFL Today update with JB and Tony Gonzalez.
Eli with another weapon. Yes, he does. To go along with Odell Beckham and Victor Cruz. This is rookie Sterling Shepard for the 23-yard touchdown right there. 14-3 Giants over Washington earlier.
BEUERLEIN can appreciate that. Back to Andrew, Steve, and Steve.
Oh, I can always appreciate a good, young, talented player.
Oakland 2 for 2 on third downs. This one 3rd and 11. And they hand it off to Richard. Up the middle. Richard gets across the 25 with a late flag coming in. Richard tackled a couple yards short of a first down. Let's see what the penalty is.
It's in the vicinity of a hole, and it was behind the play. And now they're looking at it as this is going to be, yeah, they're going to see this would be a
Illegal
fourth
block
down.
in the back. Offense number 61. This penalty has been declined. The result of the play will be 4th down.
Penalties on the center, Rodney Hudson, and they do decline it. And here comes Marquette King, the punter for Oakland.
That's one of the things that we noticed last week when we were in Detroit watching this Titan team. Lots of penalties. And today on this drive, they've been the beneficiary of a couple of Oakland penalties, but hopefully they won't have the 29 they suffered in that game last week between the two teams.
12 for the Titans last week, 17 on the Detroit Lions. There's Marquette King with Mariani back deep. Mariani's going to let this one bounce at the 30. Goes out of bounds around the 25-yard line. A 48-yard punt by Marquette King with 2:30 to go in the first quarter. Timeout on the field. On September 12th, Titans tight end Delanie Walker hosted his inaugural Titans 10-pin tailgate, raising more than $80,000 for the Delanie Walker Gives Back Foundation. The foundation aims to provide inner-city and low-income children with educational opportunities as well as resources to help them reach their full potential. NFL Play 60, the NFL's movement for a more active generation, encourages fans to get moving and play for 60 minutes every day. Learn how you can join the NFL Play 60 movement at NFL.com/Play60. Third drive for Tennessee. All three have started at the 25-yard line. Play action. Mariota to DeMarco Murray. It's a lot of room up the middle. Murray with a first down and more across the 40 and up to the 42-yard line for a gain of 16. Bruce Irvin makes the tackle.
Well, DeMarco Murray actually is the leading receiver for the Tennessee Titans as far as number of receptions. Marcus Mariota does a great job right there of feeling the defense expand. Instead of trying to force it in there, he finds a nice little easy check down. Big gain for the Titans.
That's another mental mistake by the Raider defense that we saw so much last week. Nobody picked him up. There was nobody within 10 yards of him.
Mariota off the hands of Philip Supernaw and incomplete. We go back to New York again. An NFL Today update. JB and Tony Gonzalez.
Flacco confident running.
Yes, he is coming off that ACL tear from last year. He's looking down the field. Nobody's open. Nobody's open. He's going to tuck it and take it in for the 7-yard touchdown. That caps an 8-play, 75-yard drive. Baltimore up 7-0 over Jacksonville.
Back to Andrew CATALON.
JB, thank you. Ravens host the Raiders next week in Baltimore. Here comes pressure. Mariota lofts this one out of bounds. How about the travel for the Raiders this year? 31,580 miles. Only the Rams will travel more. This is
Offense, number 80, 10-yard penalty. Repeat, second down.
Penalty against Fasano. They have 3 trips to the Eastern time zone, 3 trips to the Central time zone, including this one. And they also gave up a home game to play in Mexico City. So they will be on the road a lot this year.
Yeah, we have them next week in Baltimore, so that's 2 cross-country trips in a row. And then later in the year, they've got 2 games back-to-back in Florida.
Yeah, they also said that after next week's game, they're going to stay on the East Coast before they go down and
well, when they play the Buccaneers and the Jags, they're going to stay in between weeks. It's a handoff, and the Raiders snuff this one out. Shalik Calhoun, the rookie, in on that tackle.
I don't know. I don't like that play call. I mean, I understand they're trying to shorten the game and be efficient, but if you're going to, it's second down and 20, you got to get some of that back. You got to get half of that back, and you're not going to do it on a little delay draw up the middle.
Well, I think they're thinking the Raiders are going to be playing pass. Terry Robisky trying to pop a cheap run up the middle, try and get half of it back. Obviously, the Raiders were very prepared for it.
Mariota just 1 for his last 5 passing. This is 3rd down and 19. Over the middle, and that one is caught by Amaro. But he's a couple yards shy of a first down. A gain of 16. Second catch today for Jace Amaro. But Brett Kern, the punter, has come on out.
A nice job of Mariota here. You worry and wonder about a rookie quarterback in a situation like this. Kind of backed up, 3rd and long. You still want to go through your progressions and take a shot if it's there. He was ready to pull the trigger. Very nice play to get back a lot of that yardage.
And how about this? The Titans with 10 on the play clock.
They're going to try to get the Raiders to jump off sides.
That's a penalty like it was on Mariota.
Exactly.
False start. Offense, number 31, 5-yard penalty. Repeat, 4th down.
Yeah, hey, I get it. I mean, you're trying to get them to give you a cheap first down. It's a nice job if, you just line up and punt it. If they don't get it, you take the 5 yards and you punt it away. I like the idea, but the Raiders showed great discipline because, man, when they break formation like that, your adrenaline just goes through the roof as a Raider punt return guy.
Penalty was on Byard.
Yeah, I'm wondering what they call. We couldn't tell what they actually saw that made them throw the flag.
Here's Richard from his 15. And Richard up to the 25. And that's where the Oakland offense will go back to work. That is the final play of the first quarter. So after one, the Raiders lead it 7-3. We'll return to Nashville after these messages. You're watching the NFL on CBS. Start of the second quarter, Andre Johnson on the bike for the Titans. He said this week he's got to try to find a way to keep his legs loose. He only played 15 snaps last week. This is a new role for Andre Johnson, being the third or really fourth wide receiver. So he's trying to stay fresh. He said at the age of 35, I got to do something to keep my legs going, as Derek Carr just throws this one away. And there's a really neat connection between Carr and Andre Johnson, as Andre Johnson was teammates with Derek's older brother David in Houston for so many years, and Derek, his favorite player by far was Andre Johnson. He would not leave the stadium after games until Andre Johnson came out of the locker room. Derek wanted to wish him well and make sure he saw Andre after every game. And after today's game, those two are going to swap jerseys. Derek Carr said, I've got to get Andre Johnson's jersey. He was always my favorite player, so those two will trade after today's game. DeAndre Washington at running back on 2nd and 10. He takes the handoff, and Washington up to the 30-yard line.
It's really a neat relationship between Andre Johnson, Derek Carr. I mean, you got to understand, you're talking about back when Derek Carr was literally a kid and looked up to this guy, who I believe is truly one of the ultimate professionals in the game. Andre Johnson, always the ultimate pro in every way. And you talk to him, you just come out of there. Every conversation you have with him, you just say, what a great guy that guy is. And by the way, a Hall of Famer.
Caught the game winner last week. 3rd down and 5. Carr, quick pass to the outside. That one is caught by Cooper. Slips a tackle and has the first down. And again, the Raiders going right at Parrish Cox, a gain of 11.
Yeah, there's nothing to this, just a little hitch route. Watch as Cooper comes out, sticks his foot in the ground, pivots to the outside, and Cox just trying to corral him. Just one of the things about Parrish Cox, when you turn his hips as a wide receiver, sometimes he has a hard time coming back the other direction. Now, on the other side, Jason McCourty does a really good job of it, but Cox struggles with that change of direction. Teams are taking advantage of it.
Empty backfield. Carr, quick pass over the middle where Roberts makes it right at midfield and picks up 8 yards on the play. Avery Williamson makes the tackle.
You know, Seth Roberts is a guy, when these two teams played last year, he was kind of the unsung hero. 6 catches for 113 yards and 2 touchdowns versus the Titans last year. Getting him involved here today now as well.
No huddle for the Raiders on 2nd and short. Carr back to the air, caught by Crabtree, and he's shoved out by Parrish Cox.
And the ball goes high and outside.
You see all the weapons that Derek Carr has at his disposal, and he's always been a guy in his 3-year career to spread the football around. 16 different receivers over the course of his short career have received touchdown passes from him. The only guy that's thrown more over that time to more people is Matt Ryan in Atlanta.
Already today, he's connected with 6 different receivers. That one gives Oakland a first down. Into Tennessee territory at the 46-yard line with 5 on the play clock. Carr looking at Parrish Cox again, and that one is incomplete, intended for Amari Cooper. But guys, defensively, when does Tennessee have to start giving Parrish Cox some help?
Before the game. I mean, they're going at him virtually on every crucial down there, headed on, even on 1st and 10 right here. And this one, Amari Cooper's mad he didn't pull it in.
Yeah, he's going to come down with that 8 times out of 10, but a good job by Parrish Cox able to bring that, get that hand up at just the right time to pop it out. But he's gotten the message early, believe me. They're going after him.
Washington at running back as the Raiders continue to rotate their backs on 2nd and 10. Carr returning to the air, out of the pocket, and nobody home. A late flag comes in from behind.
Now this is one of those where you might think about declining it and giving him a 3rd and 10, but I think Mike Mularkey's going to send him back.
Offense, number 61, 10-yard penalty, and repeat, 2nd down.
Rodney Hudson has gone 25 straight games since his last holding penalty. He's called for holding right there.
That's the 2nd time. Well, he was called illegal block in the back earlier, I guess. Not technically a holding penalty, and that penalty was declined.
Good coverage downfield by Tennessee.
We spoke to Derek Carr. One thing to talk about Derek Carr and also Marcus Mariota is how hard they have worked in the offseason to progress this fast. Both these guys, the hard work really has paid off in the first 2 or 3 weeks of this season.
Carr to Crabtree. Cox on the coverage. And that takes Oakland up to the 49-yard line. It will be 3rd down and long.
Really nice discipline out of the Tennessee defense. You're used to seeing this out of a Dick LeBeau defense. They seldom make mental errors. They're always very well versed on their responsibilities. Give up the short pass, make the tackle, force them into a 3rd and long. And this is where the Dick LeBeau defenses are really the most dangerous. They get into a lot of movement, a lot of people standing up, a lot of exotic looks, which are tough for an offense to identify who's coming and who's not.
3rd and 15. Carr lofts one for Crabtree, and it's incomplete. Bryce McCain on the coverage for Tennessee, and out comes Marquette King, the Raiders punter.
I'll tell you, even on this play where the Titans were trying to get after Derek Carr, not once in this entire series, even though they're going to end up punting, not once did Derek Carr get touched.
He didn't get touched, but they got some pressure on him that drive.
He had some guys around him, but the poise, he stood in the pocket, he made every throw he really wanted to make. His offensive line is really doing a nice job in this passing game, but they've got to get guys open in the back end.
This year, Carr's only been knocked down 4 times, tied for the fewest in the NFL with Eli Manning, as King punts it to Mariani, who makes the fair catch at the 15-yard line. A 36-yard punt from Marquette King. Raiders still in front, 7-3. Saturday, it's the best game from the best conference when the Tennessee Vols, coming off that huge comeback win against Florida yesterday, tangle with the Georgia Bulldogs. It all begins with the CBS College Football Special and College Football Today. Last year, Week 12 here in Nashville, the Raiders were down 21-17 against the Titans with less than 5 minutes to go. They went on a 9-play, 90-yard drive. Derek Carr to Seth Roberts a couple of times, including for the game-winning touchdown right here, and Oakland won 24-21.
And the Titans continue to struggle at home. I mean, they have really struggled in their own building. And a lot of teams, you know, you look forward to playing at home. The Titans have trouble winning games here.
They've lost 13 of their last 14 home games. So far, Marcus Mariota, 5 of 10 for 71 yards. Murray is stuffed. Darius Latham getting back there for Oakland. And a loss of 4 on the play.
That was a complete breakdown up front. Right there, you saw the big outside step by Quentin Spain, the left guard for the Tennessee Titans, and it let Latham scoot up inside, make that play in the backfield.
Mariota to Murray, and he is smacked down by DJ Hayden. Look at the speed by Hayden, closing quickly, and it's 3rd and long.
Well, we talked in the early going, this Raider defense has been horrible in the first 2 weeks, and Jack Del Rio, the first thing he said when he came in is, we're going to play better defense.
Yeah.
We're going to stop making mental mistakes. He goes, I know how to coach up a run fit. I know how to do it. They made some lineup changes today. You know the defense has had it up to their eyeballs with all the criticism they've received. And now here, midway through the second quarter, they're finally starting to show the kind of athletes they have.
Joseph coming with a blitz. Murray picks it up. Joseph doesn't quit on the play. Chasing Mariota from behind, who lost the football. And the Raiders say they have it. And they do. That is the 20th straight game that Tennessee has turned the ball over. And Marcus Mariota again, who was very hard on himself when we met with him on Friday. He said, I keep saying it, that I can't turn the ball over anymore, and I've really got to start doing it. Well, he coughs this one up, and the Raiders will have great field position with 9:20 to go in the first half.
You got to love the competitiveness that Marcus Mariota has, but he's got to understand the situation. That is what cost them the game against the Minnesota Vikings. His 2 turnovers, and that's his 3rd fumble on the year. He sees a little bit of daylight, but he's got to put that ball away. These guys in the NFL, when they see a quarterback running, they are going after that football, no doubt about it.
Well, it's also one of the things that keeps him from finishing games and also playing in a 16-game season. When you end up a run with the ball in your hand and you're going head first in to try and get a first down, you're going to take contact.
That's the 4th turnover this year by Mariota. And now Carr and the Raiders with great field position. Carr looking deep, wide open, touchdown! Clive Wolford. And a late flag has come in as Carr is on his back. And this one's coming back.
10-yard penalty, repeat first down.
Well, I like the play call. You want to go right after the Tennessee defense after a turnover. It's commonplace in football. When you get a big play, you want to stack one on top of it. The hold comes right up there. They're talking about Donald Penn, the left tackle.
Wow. I mean, they had the right play called, yet it looked like it might have been Menelik Watson that we couldn't hear the number clearly.
Penalty is on Donald Penn, the left tackle.
Okay.
Nice catch by Carr here with the referee's
Yeah, that's a great catch by
it's
Carr.
not so.
I think he was hoping for unsportsmanlike conduct for a hit on the quarterback.
First penalty this season against Donald Penn. Wipes out the touchdown. It's 1st and 20.
You know,
And now they're going to stop the clock.
Here's a timeout.
Timeout, Oakland. This is their first.
With the play clock winding down, Jack Del Rio calls his first timeout of the first half. Raiders still lead 7-3.
The NFL on CBS is sponsored by Voya Financial, changing the way you think of retirement. DirecTV. If you call yourself a sports fan, you gotta get DirecTV. And by the Lincoln Motor Company and the exhilarating new Lincoln MKZ.
(7-3) Raiders lead on the Mariota fumble. It was Bruce Irvin who forced it and Reggie Nelson who recovered. Following the Oakland timeout, they have it 1st and 20. Carr with time, and that one is thrown a little bit behind Seth Roberts and incomplete.
Well, Derek Carr usually is pretty darn accurate with the football, completing 70%, but Brian Arakpo, number 98, got in there and affected his throw. Actually, really, Arakpo got there late. Derek Carr just kind of threw that flat-footed. That ball's a ball he should have completed.
He felt it, though. You could see him kind of flinch as he threw it. He was ready to accept the blow from Arakpo. You're right, though. That pressure and that get somebody coming free is a little more urgent than somebody getting blocked, pushing back into you.
Carr to Murray out of the backfield. Murray dancing his way to the outside and brought down just across the 35-yard line. It will be 3rd and long for the Raiders. Jarrell Casey on the tackle.
Yeah, I think right here, if you're the Raiders, you're going to try and get 5 to 10 yards, make it a better field goal attempt. You're not going to try and get all this back. Don't look for them to throw this to the end zone, although they could with the guys they've got.
Unless there's a busted coverage. Right. They are within Sebastian Janikowski's range.
Right
at about 50 yards right now, maybe 51 yards. But I think you're right. You try and get back 8 to 10 yards here, make it an easier kick.
Carr pump fakes down the sideline, incomplete. Was looking for Crabtree, and it's 4th down and 19, and here comes Sebastian Janikowski. Now he is tied with Jason Hansen, the former Lions kicker, for the most 50-yard field goals of all time.
This will break the record if he can hit it.
Janikowski in his 17th year. Hansen made those 52 50-yarders in 21 seasons. This is from 52 to set a new NFL record. Janikowski 0 for 1 from beyond 50 this year, but this one is good. And there's the record for Sebastian Janikowski. No kicker has made more 50-yard field goals than Janikowski. That's his 53rd in his career. At the age of 38, he keeps on rolling, and the Raiders lead 10-3. Tonight on CBS, the agents of NCIS Los Angeles start the new season on a new night. Don't miss LL Cool J and Chris O'Donnell in NCIS Los Angeles tonight after 60 minutes, only CBS. Janikowski, who was a first-round pick in 2000, now with 53 career field goals from 50 yards or more, a new NFL record, passing Jason Hansen. As Steve Berline pointed out to me during the commercial break, Janikowski didn't really celebrate that one too much.
No.
Don't think that's on his mind right now.
But they did keep the football. I saw on the sideline, they put it aside to show them they had the ball.
Mariota will take a knee, and Tennessee will start at the 25-yard line. Marcus Mariota has had great numbers on the road throughout his young career, but he has struggled at home. Just a 1-6 record, 10 interceptions at home compared to just 2 on the road, and he's turned the ball over once again. That was something that he was very critical of himself back in week 1 against Minnesota, threw a pick 6, also fumbled, and then he comes up with a first-half fumble here. We'll see how Mariota responds at home.
Yeah, in our meeting, he said he's got to back up his talk. His #1 priority is to protect the football. He takes it very personal.
Mariota's pass is complete. And that is Rashard Matthews making his second catch of the day. Matthews coming over from Miami in the offseason.
For right now, the Titan offense has just got to stay on the field. You get the feeling with Derek Carr on the sidelines that that Raider offense is just looking for spots. They're going to hit a big play or something. They've got that kind of ability. This is when Marcus Mariota in the run game and the short passing game has just got to keep the football in their possession.
They go back to Henry, who's got some room up the middle and has a Tennessee first down. Derrick Henry, all 6'3", 247 pounds of him, moves the chains.
Yeah, it's interesting, and this plays into what we've been talking about. On a second and very short, most teams may take a shot down the field, try and get a big play
Outside.
because you...
Defense number 52 lined up in the neutral zone. This penalty has been declined. The result of the play is a first down.
You take a shot on a second and short with the confidence that you're going to pick up the third down. It was the first down on third down, but the Titans don't do that. They get a second and short. They just hand it off, get that first down, get a new set of downs. They don't take any shots or any chances of going down the field for a free down.
You see the Titans shift before the snap. They do that a lot. Mariota's pass into traffic, but caught by Tajay Sharp. But the reason that the Titans do that a lot is that they're trying to throw off the defense. They want to see if the defense can match them and get in the right spots. And we've been talking about all the mental errors that Oakland has done. You're going to see Tennessee do a lot more of this, put some pressure on the D.
But the other problem I think the Titans have, and it's not talked about enough, I don't believe, they don't have any dynamic playmakers in the passing game. Really right now. Their best receiver, Kendall Wright, has not played this year. Delaney Walker's on the bench. They don't have anybody that scares a defense down the field.
Henry again, gets close to midfield, and he has another Tennessee first down.
2 identical first downs. A short pass on first down to get him to a 2nd and 2 or 3. A handoff to Derrick Henry, and his 2 first downs identically done. And you can bet they may do it again here.
Yep.
Back up, throw a short pass, see if they can get it to a 2nd and short, and keep, as they say, keep matriculating down the field.
By the way, Derrick Henry is a very big individual.
Yeah.
He is a big man.
Hey! Check out! Careful! Nice
3 on the play clock. Mariota under center, and he hands it to Henry, trying the outside. Henry gets by 1 and runs out of bounds around the 45-yard line.
But really, if there is an identity for this Mike Mularkey football team, this is what it's going to be right here. That just lining up with the big people on the field, as you pointed out, Steve Tasker, several times. They want to get more physical than you. And Andrew, you pointed out the mixing up formations, trying to confuse the defense, create the matchups in the run game to really control and make them focus on that, then hit them in the passing game.
Gain of 3 on first down and 2nd and 7. Henry again, and he is met at the line of scrimmage.
Yeah,
that was Corey James, who's starting today for the first time in his young NFL career.
Now, this is more the defense that the Raiders thought they were going to have at the beginning of the season. Guys are stepping up, fitting in the run. You see there, not only is James step up in there, Malcolm Smith steps up into run fit as well. They have not been doing this in the first 2 weeks.
Corey James, a rookie 6th-round draft choice out of Colorado State, getting his first opportunity to be the man.
There's Ken Norton Jr., the Raiders defensive coordinator, on 3rd down. Mariota's pass is broken up. That is Amerson again, who had a big day here last year against the Titans. Best game of his career. He had 6 passes defensed and 1 interception.
This is a fantastic play. Watch, he got his hand on it, but he doesn't pull or grab. That's a great defensive play.
But the play was made. Rashard Matthews had the advantage on the top of that route. He slipped and lost his footing, and that allowed Amerson to get back in there. Again, the one area that obviously the Tennessee Titans have to upgrade is their wide receiver position.
TJ Carey calls for a fair catch at the 8-yard line with 4:17 to go in the first half. The Raiders still lead it 10-3.
The NFL on CBS is sponsored by AARP, Real Possibilities, and by Crest, healthy, beautiful smiles for life.
Raiders have been pass heavy here in the second quarter. 10 of their 11 plays on offense have been through the air. Now they're backed up to start this drive inside their 10, but already this year they have 2 scoring drives of at least 90 yards. All of last year they had 4 of those such drives.
What's up?
And they blow this one dead. False start against Oakland.
False start. Offense, number 10, 5-yard penalty. Remains first down.
It's on the receiver, Seth Roberts.
Derek Carr trying to use the hard count to get an easy 5. Get them out of that backed up hold. Ends up outsmarting himself. Your receivers, your teammates have to have that discipline in a hostile environment to focus on the snap count.
Now after that, they've got to get out of the huddle. Now it's 15 on the play clock. They're not going to have too much time to get things settled here as they having trouble getting lined up.
4th Oakland penalty. And now the football at the 5-yard line. Carr out of the shotgun. Quick pass. Complete to Andre Holmes. He slips a tackle and races down the sideline for a couple extra yards. Good move after the catch by the 5th-year man out of Hillsdale College, Division II.
He's going to slip a tackle by Derek Morgan on the sideline. But I like the play call. Give you a chance to maybe break a tackle. That's exactly what you're asking to do. Have one guy make a play, give you a little something extra, and set you up for success.
And there you got a good example of the quick delivery of Derek Carr, the accuracy, that ball, as soon as he got it, it was out of his hand on the money. Letting his receiver have some room to turn it up the sideline.
We're on play clock again.
With 2 on the play clock, the handoff to Latavius Murray, and he is taken down by Wesley Woodyard, 9th-year man out of Kentucky. Spent a number of years with the Denver Broncos, where Jack Del Rio was his defensive coordinator, now the head coach of the Raiders.
It seems like this Tennessee defense has settled down a little bit. After the first drive, this Raiders offense has not really gotten into rhythm. Sure, some penalties have hurt them, but this defense really is challenging the Raiders offense across the board right now.
Third down and 6 with 3 minutes to go in the first half. Carr pump fakes over the middle. Amari Cooper has it for a first down. A gain of 17 for Amari Cooper, and some Coop chants from the Raider fans here in Nashville.
You know, one of the things that the Raiders are doing, they're running their skill guys on and off the field a lot. Tight ends and wide receivers, as you see Carr there. Look at this catch right over the corner.
Great throw.
Just great throw. Cooper's got great hands as well. I mean, the guy has really emerged as a top flight receiver at virtually day one when he stepped on the practice field.
We're going to be talking about that combination for a lot of years to come.
3 catches, 53 yards for Amari Cooper in the first half. Carr to Crabtree. And Rashad Johnson, the safety, comes up to make that tackle, and that should take us to the 2-minute warning. Each team with 2 timeouts remaining. The Raiders lead the Titans 10-3. Coming up on the Verizon Halftime Report, join JB, Tony, Bart, Boomer, Coach Cower, all the latest NFL scores and highlights, as well as a preview of Thursday Night Football on NFL Network, all coming up on the Verizon Halftime Report. 2nd down and 8 for the Raiders. It's Washington with some room. Washington into Tennessee territory and all the way across the 40-yard line. DeAndre Washington with a 30-yard run, the longest of his career.
DeAndre Washington, 5th-round draft choice out of Texas Tech. Just another great draft choice by general manager Reggie McKenzie right there. Pretty easy job running through that hole, just moving out that Tennessee defense. Big pickup, great run.
As that play was over, Menelik Watson has taken a seat on the field. He looked like he was limping a little bit trying to get off, and then in the heat just decided he'd just take a seat.
He did not play last week because of a groin injury. He was questionable for today, and he is down with 1:41 to go. There's a timeout on the field. We're back right after this. Menelik Watson takes a seat on the Raiders bench because of his injury inside 2 minutes. Oakland is charged a timeout, so they now only have 1 remaining. And taking Watson's spot at right tackle for the time being is the rookie Vidal Alexander, a 7th-round pick out of LSU. 1:41 to go, 1 timeout for Oakland. They have it 1st and 10. Last 3 plays for the Raiders, 49 yards. Their previous 20 totaled 38 yards.
Low, 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 low. Express. Express. That's it.
Washington on the delayed handoff. Room up the middle. And an Oakland first down inside the 25-yard line. 14 more yards for DeAndre Washington.
You know who's doing a great job right here is the fullback, Jameis Olawale. That was a straight lead draw. Right up the middle. Nothing tricky about that. 2 plays in a row. Big gashes.
On 1st and 10, Carr to Washington. Tackle immediately made by Avery Williamson. Now, if you're Tennessee, do you consider using some timeouts? Because you know the Raiders are just going to try to bleed as much clock as possible. 5 straight drives with a red zone touchdown for Oakland, the 2nd longest active streak behind the Colts. And you see Carr rush them to the line, but now using some play clock. 45 seconds to go in the 2nd quarter. Carr to Roberts. Roberts gets away. Roberts is in. Touchdown, Raiders.
Now the timeouts are a moot point. Bryce McCain didn't break down and keep Roberts hemmed in. He kind of tried to lunge at him and make a tackle, and Roberts just too quick, had too much space, sidestepped him, goes up the sideline. That's way too easy.
Second touchdown this season for Seth Roberts.
You see there, Bryce McCain comes in
Bad angle.
headlong, takes a bad angle, and doesn't break down to the outside. You got to take the sideline away, force the guy back inside. McCain takes a bad angle out, and it's just off to the races.
So he's trying to make the hit for no gain instead of just letting him catch him and make the hit for 3 yards.
Extra point by Janikowski is good, so the Raiders lead 17-3. There is a flag down at the 16-yard line.
This is offsides on Tennessee. They'll probably enforce this on the kickoff.
Offside. Defense number 47. Oakland has exercised the option of having the 5-yard penalty enforced on the kickoff.
17-3 lead as we go back to the touchdown.
Well, here's Seth Roberts right here. Right here, Bryce McCain. This is a very simple route. Just a straight, flat, excuse me, I got the wrong tool there. Straight flat route here and a slant right there. Very easy, very basic play, man-to-man coverage. And you see the angle that McCain takes. There's no help over the top because it is man-to-man coverage. McCain in his head has to know that he's got no help over the top. He has to make that tackle. And that's an unforgivable mistake from a defensive standpoint.
And we said this at the beginning of the drive that started back at the 9-yard line. Another 90-yard plus scoring drive for the Raiders. That's their third of the year. They had 4 all of last year.
And that tells you this Raider offense is not a flash in the pan. It's not a fluke. They're good. They're solid. They're well balanced. Their quarterback's extremely efficient.
And they're young.
Janikowski with an extra 5 yards because of the penalty on the extra point. Knocks it out of the end zone. A touchback. Coming up on the Verizon Halftime Report. Join JB, Tony, Bart, Boomer, and Coach Cower for all the latest NFL scores and highlights, as well as a preview of Thursday Night Football on the NFL Network. It's all coming up on the Verizon Halftime Report.
Well, if you're Mike Mularkey right now, you know that your team with 2 timeouts, 33 seconds, something positive has to happen. You got to do whatever you got to do to give yourself a shot at a field goal here.
Titans had 59 yards on their first drive, just 65 yards since. Mariota steps up, he'll keep it himself. And he slides down at the 33-yard line, a pickup of 8. And Tennessee has not called timeout.
I don't know why you don't take a timeout there.
Especially if Mariota's hustling them to the line. Might as well just go into the locker room. They'll throw it, and that was a dangerous pass. Emerson had a beat on that one, intended for Rashard Matthews.
Yeah, I don't get why they don't use a timeout. They've got 2.
You have a nice 8-yard pickup there. In your next play, you're going to be able to get it with a nice completion, maybe to the 50-yard line. Use your second timeout, and you got one more chance to give yourself a play to get in the field goal range.
Well, either call a timeout or just go into the locker room. There's no need to throw that pass right there.
Exactly.
Mariota has time over the middle, dribbled and picked off by Reggie Nelson. Nelson still going, 5 seconds on the clock. He should have gotten out of bounds, and he did. There's no time on the clock, but they could put some more time on by where he went out of bounds. But that's a terrible use of the play clock in the game clock by Tennessee.
Unjustifiable. Unjustifiable.
They're going to put time back.
34-yard line.
They're going to go back.
That is the end of the first half.
Oh!
Wow, now Jack Del Rio cannot challenge because it's inside 2 minutes, but he's definitely going to want an explanation on this.
And the Titans can't get off the field fast enough. They kind of smell that as well.
Yeah.
They know there should be a couple of seconds on that clock. And now the Titans are sprinting off the field, and the officials...
On the field, when this player ran out of bounds, there were 3 seconds left on the game.
Exactly right.
Clock. Would the game clock operator please reset the game clock to 3 seconds?
And that's the right
Titans
call.
are coming out of the locker room.
At the 34-yard line.
Well, let's look at it one more time. Not a smart play by any stretch of the imagination.
Yeah, Nelson's got to know.
Nelson's got to get out of bounds.
They called him out of bounds, and
I don't know if that foot
he
was out of
wasn't out of
bounds.
bounds.
He went out of bounds there.
They
Yeah.
will review this, will they not? I mean,
No, they
have to. They're reviewing the whole to see where the clock is set now.
They absolutely have to take a look at this.
Now, when they review
Inside
this,
2
it's going to
minutes.
go against the Raiders because he doesn't go out of bounds right there, and the half is going to be over.
Yep.
On a turnover, they're going to have to review this. His foot's not out of bounds.
Now,
There you go. That
maybe.
one might be.
And here's the thing, they called him out of bounds with 3 seconds, so there has to be conclusive evidence that with the clock that he didn't go out of bounds. I don't think that you can tell from that he's definitely still in bounds.
Neither one of those looked out, though.
I don't know. That
But he was
looks in bounds
called
to me.
out. He was
Yeah,
called
called
out.
out, exactly.
So unless you are absolutely 100% certain that he didn't go out, that has to stay, and they'll get this with 3 seconds.
Now, Nelson, what should he have done? He should have stayed on the ground and given himself given his team a chance to move the ball.
He should have just gone up and run out of bounds in field goal territory with the 3 seconds. He should have
Either
done what
get
he
out
got
of bounds
lucky doing.
or get down, because either way you had time on the clock. Give your offense a chance with another timeout to get the yards.
Here it is. We'll see it with the clock the whole way here. He picks it off
On the
with
field after
7
discussion.
seconds.
The clock operator did not properly start the clock after the play, and the allotted number of seconds did run out when the player ran out of bounds. Therefore, there should be no time left on the clock. This is the end of the first
Wow,
half.
so the clock operator started it late, and that will cost the Raiders a chance at a field goal. We first guessed this. That is still a terrible use of the clock by the Tennessee Titans. They are lucky that they are going in the locker room and didn't give up another 3 points.
Yeah, that is unjustifiable for how to manage the clock in this situation.
You can see the clock was not rolling there when Mariota took the snap.
Well, after not taking a timeout and then trying to make something happen, they got 2 timeouts in their pocket.
Yeah.
For
Why
no
throw
reason?
a
Why?
dangerous pass over the middle in that situation?
The Titans are so lucky to escape only down 17-3 after the way they handled that at the end of the first half. That is the end of the first with the Raiders leading 17-3. We'll be back with the Verizon halftime report after this message and a word from your local station. You're watching the NFL on CBS. Start of the third quarter in Nashville. The Raiders lead the Titans 17-3. Let's take a look at the first half highlight. It's presented by DirecTV. And Derek Carr to Seth Roberts, blown by Bryce McCain for the touchdown. Raiders offense, as it has all year, rolling in that first half. Well, September is Childhood Cancer Awareness Month, and we here at CBS are partnering with St. Jude Children's Research Hospital to raise awareness for this very worthy cause. The three of us, again, wearing St. Jude ties and pins today. Proud to wear both the ties and the pins. All right, we knew the Raiders offense could score some points. It's the Raiders defense that has had a rough start to the year. They've looked great today, and Tennessee clearly missing the injured Delaney Walker.
No doubt. But it's deeper than Delaney Walker. This Tennessee Titans offense has not gotten any rhythm going yet to this point. Mike Mularkey knows this second half he's got to come out and figure out a way to attack and get some positive things going for his offense. His defense has been on the field quite a bit today. That has to change.
Yeah, and if you're the Tennessee Titans, you've got to continue to be successful on first and second down. It's death if they're going to get into third and long against this Raider defense the way they're playing.
Tywan Jones on the return for the Raiders, and he gets near the 25-yard line with a late penalty flag coming in. Raiders won the opening toss and deferred, so with the lead, they get the ball to start the second half.
During the return of the kick, holding, receiving team number 41. This penalty be assessed half the distance to the goal First down.
That penalty is on Brendan Trawick in his first year with the Raiders. As we look at the first half numbers, and 2 turnovers by Tennessee. The Mariota fumble, the Mariota interception, and Oakland having its way offensively. Good balance of run and pass late in that second quarter.
Unfortunately, the second turnover, as we discussed right at the end of the first half, did not lead to more points for the Raiders, but this Tennessee offense has been struggling, much more so than the numbers indicate.
On first down, they give it to Latavius Murray, and he is taken down at the 11 by Avery Williamson. Derek Carr has already completed passes to 9 different receivers. Last week it was 11. Week 1 against the Saints it was 8. There are so many different weapons on this Oakland offense.
Yeah, so many times we talk about balance being between run and pass. When you distribute the football like that, you're a handful for a defense. They have to defend everybody, and that is crucial to this Raiders' success. The success of this Raider offense.
Carr out of the shotgun on second down. Fires to Amari Cooper, and Cooper is wrestled down by Jason McCourty, and that one is right near the first down marker.
You know, one of the things about this play, look at Latavius Murray. He just stands there. But by keeping his defender up, he gives more room to Amari Cooper to catch that and get a first down.
Very good design by Bill Musgrave there. You motion the running back out. A linebacker, Brian Arakpo, goes out with him. It tells Derek Carr it's man-to-man coverage. It expands the defense and makes a nice, easy one-on-one throw for Derek Carr to Amari Cooper.
They're first.
And Oakland has to use a timeout early here in the second half.
I think they're struggling with the play clock a little bit. I think the heat's starting to take a little bit of a toll. Guys are usually, you know, hustle on, hustle off the field. Guys are dragging a little bit on and off the field. And I'll tell you what, you know this too, Steve BEUERLEIN, like I do. You come out after halftime, it takes you a little bit to get your engine up and say, okay, get your adrenaline back pumped up. It's hard to bounce back. That's why in the preseason, teams always do that at least once. Bring your starters out after halftime. Let them start up to see if they can remember about how to get their engine started. I think that timeout's a direct result of that.
92 degrees right now in Nashville. Hardly any wind. It is hot on the field. Raiders, as we pointed out, in their black uniforms, which doesn't help. Tennessee electing wisely to wear white today.
It's not paid off for him to this point.
59. Down. Blue 80. What's up?
It's Murray. And Murray to the 20-yard line. Derek Morgan, who missed last week with a hamstring injury, makes the tackle. And when we met with Mike Mularkey on Friday, he really wasn't sure if Delanie Walker would be able to go. But the one thing he did tell us was he thought the week off last week from Morgan, who was also battling a hamstring injury, really made a big difference. Morgan's feeling great, didn't want it to linger. And then talking about Delanie Walker, Mike Mularkey said, look, we've got 13 games to go in the season. We can't lose him in week 3. So Mularkey electing to go conservative, just like he did last week with Derek Morgan.
Blue 80. What's up?
2nd and 9. Pressure coming. Carr gets away. Has some time. Fires to Crabtree in midfield. And he makes the catch.
Man.
A 28-yard gain. What a play by Carr and Crabtree.
One of the things that is not talked about enough with Derek Carr is his athletic. But look at this right there, right off the snap. You had pressure coming off the edge. That was Rashad Johnson. He made 2 other guys miss in the backfield. And then moving to his right, throwing it back across the field to his left. A throw that not many coaches would support very often. And then Crabtree goes up and pays it off for him. Great athletic play by Derek Carr.
It takes the Raiders to midfield. First down and 10. Murray lost his footing near the line of scrimmage, but was still able to pick up 2 yards.
Yeah, you know, we spoke to Carr yesterday. He said some interesting stuff to us. We mentioned earlier in the first half about he and both Marcus Mariota working very hard in the offseason. One of the things I found interesting was he said he worries, he looked at all those broken plays and all the times he had to go off the page of the playbook, and he wanted to make sure in those instances he still did the right thing at the end of the play. I've never heard a quarterback say he looked at broken plays as much as plays that went just like they were in the book.
Now, BEUERLEIN, what's up?
Washington. And he's taken down by Kevin Byard, the rookie out of Middle Tennessee State. But it was fascinating, Steve Tasker, that conversation. He said he went back, looked at all the balls he threw away last year. Could he have checked it down? Could he have scrambled? Could he have done something else than just throw the ball away?
Small, important decisions make a huge impact on the big picture of every game. And he wanted to make sure in those throwaways, in those checkdowns, in the scrambles, did he always do the best possible thing in his decision making? It was really interesting to see him take a lot of time to make sure that would happen.
3rd down and 3.
Now, BEUERLEIN, what's up?
Olawale, running back, he gets the call, and he runs right into Jarrell Casey. And that is short of a 1st down. We know Jack Del Rio has liked to gamble on 4th down. He did it twice last week, but here he sends out Marquette King.
Jarrell Casey, number 99 right there. He's one guy you do not want to leave unblocked. He's the most significant defensive force on this Tennessee Titans team, and right there in a 3rd and short situation, he's the one you have to guarantee does not make the play. He was unblocked.
Yeah, and a 14-point lead. Go ahead and punt it away, pin him down.
Mariani awaits the punt at his 10-yard line. High end-over-end kick, and this one is out of bounds inside the 10. 2nd punt inside the 20 today by Marquette King. 9:45 to go 3rd quarter. Raiders lead by 14. Week 3 continues later today on CBS and for some of you on Fox, and then tonight with Sunday Night Football on NBC, and tune in tomorrow for Monday Night Football on ESPN. Marcus Mariota with 2 turnovers today, a fumble and then the interception late in the 2nd quarter.
And again, Marcus Mariota, a young quarterback developing. He knows that is the biggest issue with his game right now, protecting that football.
Last 5 possessions for the Titans on offense. 3 punts, 1 lost fumble, and the interception. Trying to get something going offensively, and they'll start this drive deep in their own territory. It's DeMarco Murray on 1st down. And Darius Latham makes the tackle for the Raiders.
We saw last week as Titans fell behind 15-3 to the Detroit Lions. It was the 4th quarter before they could overcome the double-digit deficit, but they managed to do it. It's not something you can do all the time, but they find themselves once again trailing by double digits in the 2nd half of the football game.
Supernaw in motion. Murray this time the other way, and he has a hole. DeMarco Murray cuts it back at the 30, spins his way across the 40 and close to midfield before Malcolm Smith finally brings him down after a pickup of 36 yards.
This is what DeMarco Murray did last week to spur this Tennessee Titans offense late in that game. Like you mentioned, Steve Tasker, he had a 67-yard run that really was the impetus to them going down and scoring and taking over that football game.
Delaney Walker likes it as he's a spectator today, out with a hamstring injury, and certainly that's affected Tennessee offensively in the 1st half. We'll see how they adjust here after halftime with their first offensive possession of the 2nd half. They give it to Derrick Henry, and Henry across midfield into Oakland territory. Henry has 8 carries for 25 yards. Murray 7 carries, 59 yards. Tennessee has not had a running back rush for over 100 yards in 34 straight games. It dates back to December of 2013 when Chris Johnson ran for over 100.
They're also a team without any rushing touchdowns this year.
Blue one! Come on, Pew, come on!
DeMarco Murray again weaving through traffic into the 45-yard line before Nate Allen makes the tackle.
Yeah, you see this team, and Tennessee, more than any other team we've seen this year, they're committed to the run game. And they have to be, because as you mentioned, Steve Beurlein, this is a team without a dynamic playmaker wide receiver. Now they have one at tight end, but he's not playing either. So they've got to depend on DeMarco Murray and Derrick Henry. Maybe they'll throw them the football as well, but all they need is an occasional contribution from their wide receiving core, and then they'll lean on their running backs for the rest of the day.
Tennessee just 1 for 7 on third downs. 3rd and 3. Mariota escapes the pressure. Now throws off his back foot. Dangerous pass. Caught. Amaro inside the 20. That ball was up for grabs. The Raiders had a chance at it, but instead it's 1st and 10.
Oh, I like what Marcus Mariota saw. You're going to see right here is Amaro. He's going to come all the way across up. He is behind everybody and does a super job eventually of coming back and getting this football. You see right, he slips behind. He's open for a touchdown. That's what Mariota sees. But thank goodness, from Marcus Mariota's standpoint, Amaro adjusts back to the ball. He's bigger, and he goes up and gets it.
And wow, Oakland late getting some defensive players on the field. They have to call their second timeout already in the second half. Frustration for Jack Del Rio as the Titans are driving in the 3rd quarter.
The NFL on CBS is sponsored by Southwest. Yes to low fares with nothing to hide. That's transparency. Devour, new in the freezer section. It's food you want to fork. And by Verizon. Welcome to Verizon LTE Advanced, the next-gen network.
Following the Oakland timeout, 1st and 10 for Tennessee at the 19-yard line. Play action to Murray. Mariota gets rid of it. It's the fullback Fowler inside the 10. Corey James forced them out. It's 1st and goal, Titans.
Well, you got an athletic quarterback. Take advantage of that ability. He sees and reacts quickly. Not a lot of quarterbacks could have made that throw. Got their head around and seen that pressure coming and still deliver a strike. That's the difference, and that's what allowed that to be a very good, successful play.
First catch of the season for Charleston Fowler. 1st and goal for Tennessee at the 5-yard line. They do not have a rushing touchdown this season. DeMarco Murray. Reversing field at the 5. Dives! Touchdown, Tennessee! First rushing touchdown of the season for the Titans, and it goes to DeMarco Murray.
And this is strictly sheer effort on DeMarco Murray's part. This play was designed to go up inside. You see, he bounces it because the Raiders had penetration. He willed himself into the end zone and got to that pylon. What a tremendous effort by a guy who's had a couple of pretty impressive days in the NFL. It's good to see him running the football again.
35th career rushing touchdown for DeMarco Murray. And that's a great drive by Tennessee at a very important time in this ball game. Ryan Suckup now on for the extra point. Also on that drive, the Raiders had to use 2 timeouts. And the kick by Suckup is good. We've got a 7-point game. DeMarco Murray and the Titans. Their offense comes to life. They're within 7. TV's #1 comedy is bigger than ever, and this week's show has something so top secret. All we can say is, well, it's big. Catch a new Big Bang Theory tomorrow at 8/7 Central, only CBS. The Raiders announce Menelik Watson out for the game with a lower right leg injury. Meanwhile, DeMarco Murray has given the Titans their first rushing touchdown of the season, and the Raiders used 2 timeouts already in this quarter, so just 1 timeout left the rest of the way for Oakland. Taiwan Jones back deep for the Raiders to receive the kickoff from Ryan Suckup. And Oakland will start this drive at the 25-yard line. 5:51 to go, 3rd quarter, 17-10 Raiders.
The NFL on CBS is sponsored by Old Spice. Just thought you should know. And by Geico. 15 minutes could save you 15% or more on car insurance.
Thank you.
Downtown Nashville, where our producer Steve McKee did some damage at the barbecue joints last night. Raiders lead it 17-10. 5:51 to go, third quarter. Play action on first down. A rock ball coming with pressure. Carr gets rid of it and completes it to Roberts. Brian Arakpo almost got to Carr. Roberts brought it in. Now the officials are going to talk this one over.
He didn't finish the process of catching this pass. As he gets in it, rolls over, there the ball comes out. That's an incomplete pass.
And Mike Mularkey has thrown his challenge flag for the first time this season, as the fans just saw it on the big video board here at Nissan Stadium.
It's a good challenge by Mularkey.
Yeah, the rule is if a receiver's going to the ground, they have to finish going to the ground with control of the football.
Especially going out of bounds. And what it basically amounts to, what it looks like, the guy has to get up with the football off the ground out of bounds and hand it to the official. And he did not do that.
After discussion on the sideline, the ruling on the field is an incomplete pass. Therefore, there is no challenge by Tennessee.
So Mularkey, he scared him. He threw that flag and they backed off. They said, all right, we're not going to go look at it.
I think Tony Corrente, he saw the billboard. I think he saw the scoreboard and the replay and said, no, that's not a catch.
It's the right call.
Yeah.
It's the right call. It's a great play by Carr, getting rid of it, giving his guy a chance. Roberts looked like he was going to come down with it, but just couldn't finish it. Great athletic play, but it's incomplete.
Yeah.
Loudest this crowd has been today, as the Titans fans in desperate search of a home win. Just 2 wins at home over the last 2 seasons. Latavius Murray, and it will be 3rd down and long for Oakland.
You know, other than the 22-yard touchdown run for Latavius Murray, this Tennessee Titans defense has bottled him up pretty well. He's only got 29 yards on the day.
Yeah, that's a Dick LeBeau defense for you. They can shore up and adjust what's going wrong early, and they've done that. They have really tightened up and made some key adjustments to shut that running game down.
You see all the people standing up.
And they're coming. Carr out of the pocket, buys some time. Now throws, and it's dropped by Clyde Walford. He was open. Carr put it right where it had to be, and Walford couldn't come up with it. Out comes Marquette King, the Raiders punter.
Drops have really plagued the Raiders today. It started with Roberts early on. We just saw another one on the sideline. Here Carr puts this, as you said it. He had to catch that. That's right in his bread basket.
The first 3 and out today, forced by the Titans defense. And here's Marquette King kicking to Mariani. He drifts back to his own 13-yard line. Gets past Andre Holmes. And Mariani to the 23-yard line with 4:42 to go in the 3rd quarter. Titans have some momentum. The offense coming back out on the field. With NFL Game Pass, watch the games you missed with condensed games in 45 minutes or the full broadcast version. Start a free trial today at NFL.com/Game Pass. With Steve Tasker, Steve BEUERLEIN, I'm Andrew CATALON. Our entire NFL on CBS crew, and the Titans back on offense after a 7-play, 93-yard drive.
Well, you know, at some point in the game in the NFL, playmakers have to step up and make plays. There you saw DeMarco Murray, and then a guy you haven't heard of very much, Jay Samaro, steps up, makes the big catch, keeps it going. Mariota made a few plays on that drive, but the big guy, DeMarco Murray, the one guy that you really can say is an established playmaker in this league, finished it off with a great run.
Murray, the running back, on first down, play action. Mariota looking to take a deep shot for Andre Johnson. Incomplete. Coverage on the play by David Amerson.
They're coming out on first down. Andre Johnson coming in with fresh legs off the bench. Doesn't get that many snaps, but, you know, As you said, Andrew, in the first half, we spoke to him yesterday, and I think he's very much at peace with where he's at here in Tennessee. He's one of the few guys that's seen this AFC South division that the Titans play in from both sides of the sideline. Played for Indianapolis, Houston, and now, of course, for the Titans. He knows this division very well. He's still got something to offer this Tennessee team.
DeMarco Murray on second down. At the 25 and up to the 27-yard line. We go back to New York. An NFL Today update. JB and Tony Gonzalez.
Washington saying, wait a minute, we've got some receivers.
Yes, they do. And Jamison Crowder's going to take this quick screen, get some good blocks. He takes it 55 yards for pay dirt. Washington takes the lead 23-21 over the Giants.
Andrew, Steve, and Steve.
All right, guys. Andre Johnson has 565 catches in losses. The only player with more catches in losses. Tony Gonzalez back in New York. Thankfully, he's there and we're here. On third down, Mariota in trouble, gets away. Now throws, looking on the sideline, incomplete.
He's got to make that throw. I know he was rattled. He was pressured.
Well, he's got to take a moment to set his feet, I think.
Yeah, well, he got flushed out of the pocket, did a good job recouping and reorganizing himself and getting himself reset. And you'll see how open the receiver is on the sideline. He's got to make that throw to keep the drive alive.
Khalil Mack almost got back there. He's still looking for his first sack of the season as Richard on a good punt from Kern. This one takes a Titans bounce. What a punt from Brett Kern.
Wow. It's a 62-yard punt.
He grew up in Western New York. He was a Bills fan. His favorite player was Steve Tasker, and as a special teams ace, I know you can appreciate that punt, Mr. Tasker.
I'll be tipping my hat to Brett Kern today. That was a boomer.
I'm thinking he might have to have his head checked.
I have a small, deeply disturbed following. None of which are in the booth, obviously.
Of all the players he could have idolized from Buffalo, from those great Buffalo teams.
Hey.
Okay, that's fine. No, that's fine. I'm not bitter about it.
Punters are people, too. First down, Derek Carr throws on the run. Walford makes this catch to the 30-yard line.
I love the play call by Bill Musgrave right here. Coming out of his own end zone. You know, ball's on the 10-yard line. A little bootleg action. Derek Carr, great athlete, able to throw the ball on the move. Fearless, delivers a strike on the money to Walford. That's a big play to get out of your own end zone.
Waiting. Hot. Corner's good, yeah.
Fourth time today, Oakland has started inside its own 10-yard line. But Carr digs him out on that first down play. Now they'll go to the ground with Washington. And that Tennessee rush defense comes up to make the tackle.
Yep. Carr had a lot of time to change that play. And you can tell he changed the play after he gave a real hard count. And that Tennessee defense didn't budge. A lot of times they'll change a call or make a check. They didn't move, and they still snapped that play off. Great defense there by the Titans.
2.5 to go in the third quarter. This Tennessee defense, week one, held Adrian Peterson to 19 carries and just 31 yards. Carr fires to Roberts, incomplete. Bryce McCain appeared to get a hand on that one.
That was a dangerous throw by Derek Carr. Lucky to get away with that one. He checked the play at the line again and felt that he had an opportunity to make a play to Roberts. You see the coverage. McCain underneath, Johnson over the top, and Cox waiting outside. Very fortunate at worst case or best case scenario that Seth Roberts didn't take a big hit on that play.
Oakland is 4 for 9 on third downs today. This is 3rd and 9 with 4 on the play clock. Carr out of the shotgun. Pressure coming, and he's sacked. Brian Orakpo with his 3rd sack of the season, and that's just the 2nd time this year Derek Carr has been sacked.
Well, we've talked about it all day. The Dick LeBeau defense. Look at all the action going on inside here. They bring extra people. They're trying to confuse the offense. and it frees up Brian Orakpo to finish it off. Another sack for big number 98. You do not want to be in 3rd and long against a Dick LeBeau defense very often.
Mariani awaiting the punt from Marquette King. This is a good punt from Marquette King. It's a little too good. All the way through the end zone, a 72-yard punt. There is a flag down back at the 30-yard line.
Brett Kern will see your 62-yarder and hit you a 72-yarder. Wow.
That's a career long for King.
During the kick, holding, receiving team number 89. 10-yard penalty will be assessed from the end of the kick. First down.
That's Philip Supernawo. Yesterday when we met with the Raiders in our production meetings, we heard this sound coming from outside our room, and we went out to look and take a listen. That's Raiders punter Marquette King, who was playing the piano for about a half hour. We were meeting inside with some of his teammates and coaches, and King likes to do this, his way of unwinding and relaxing. Sounded good.
I'll tell you what, he sounded like a pro to me. It was really good.
Yeah, I'll tell you though, he'd have to be pretty good to play the piano any better than he's punting in the NFL right now. That was a bomb that he just hit, and that's the kind of field position that a great punter can give you.
62-yard net punt after the penalty. So Titans backed up late in the 3rd quarter. Derrick Henry on 1st down, gets by Emerson and gets a Tennessee first.
Wow.
Carl Joseph forced him out after a gain of 13.
You know who this guy runs like? If you think about his upright style here, it reminds me of Eric Dickerson, getting those knees up and hitting outside. You know, you hesitate to compare him to a Hall of Famer, but his style very similar. That upright with the high knees and ability to get to the edge like that. Pretty impressive.
This is a pretty tough 1-2 combo at running back as now DeMarco Murray replaces Derrick Henry. Rashard Matthews, the motion man. It is DeMarco Murray. And Murray runs right into Bruce Irvin. 5th-year man out of West Virginia makes that tackle.
Yeah, that was both a good run defensive play and a great tackle. Yeah, he's right on the end of the line of scrimmage there. Watches Murray. He's going to catch it. Looks for a moment. He's going to break free, and Irvin just spins out of the block by Amaro and just stands him up. Wow.
Yeah, that was a big boy play right there by Bruce Irvin.
11 carries, 75 yards for DeMarco Murray. Movement on the line. There is a flag down. 3 play as Mariota is sacked.
That's going to cost him. They had somebody flinch in. Oh, this is the kind of thing that makes a coach pull his hair out. You got him on a sack, and you had a guy leaning
Offside.
Into the neutral zone.
Defense number 53 in the neutral zone at the snap. 5-yard penalty and repeat, 2nd down.
That's on Malcolm Smith, and we said it. We met with Jack Del Rio yesterday. So frustrated with the mental errors his team was making on defense.
Well, and the one advantage the offense has pre-snap is the snap count. I like seeing young quarterbacks use their snap count.
That's the end of the 3rd quarter with Oakland leading 17-10. We'll return to Nashville after this message and a word from your local station. You're watching the NFL on CBS. Tennessee has lost 13 of its last 14 home games. They enter the 4th quarter down by 7. Last week they were down by 12. Came back to beat Detroit in the 4th quarter, and they keep it going on the ground to start the 4th.
Well, that's
with DeMarco Murray.
That's just a power attitude run right here. Look at this. There's no fooling anybody here. You got the big tight ends over there. You got offensive lineman Josh Klein, number 64, getting up on the 2nd level. Everybody fired off that football, and DeMarco Murray, there was no hesitation there. That was a power run at its finest.
Murray inching closer to 100 yards. He's got 12 carries for 83 yards and a touchdown. He remains the running back on 1st and 10. Mariota will look to pass over the middle, and it appears to be intercepted. Sean Smith. The first interception for Smith as a Raider. And that is turnover number 3 today by Marcus Mariota.
Yeah, and it continues to be an issue. This was not a horrific throw. It was just
pretty good
a bad
play.
throw. It was a good play, but it was behind. Yeah, it was a little bit behind Rishard Matthews, and that just gives Smith enough chance to reach in there and wrench it away.
And if anybody needed to make a play like that for the Raiders, it was Sean Smith. He's been torched the first couple weeks of the season so far since coming over as an unrestricted free agent. Highly, highly criticized. A play like that gets your confidence back, but terrible luck for the Tennessee Titans and Marcus Mariota.
3rd turnover by Tennessee, and Oakland takes over close to midfield. They have a 7-point lead early in the 4th quarter. Carr to Crabtree, and Crabtree has a first down. Made the catch right in front of Parrish Cox. Oakland Raiders have been lights out in the 4th quarter this year with 36 points in their first 2 games, the most of any team in the NFL.
Yeah, I know that Marcus Mariota just threw that pick, but both of these quarterbacks play extremely well late in games. We saw it last week as Mariota brought the Titans back, but Derek Carr has been phenomenal in the 4th quarter. He has really played well for this team. And they score a lot of points at this point in games.
What's up?
Carr taking a deep shot for Cooper, and it's incomplete. Coverage on the play by Jason McCourty. Steve Tasker, you mentioned it though. No quarterback has a better 4th quarter rating than Mariota, who's 2nd on the list, but Derek Carr in 4th quarter rating.
It's a great route by Cooper. He gets open, but this is just overthrown. Yeah, tough ball to catch and time up and put on the money.
One-on-one coverage, you'd like to give your big receiver a chance to go up and make that play. Just a little too much juice on it that time by Derek Carr.
Carr back to the air, deflected and intercepted. Avery Williamson comes down with the INT. His 2nd career interception, and the Titans defense gets the ball right back.
Well, I think that was Jason McCourty on the play. I think he got away with a little early contact on that. We'll come back and look at it after the break.
Our weekend starts on Thursday when the Miami Dolphins battle the Cincinnati Bengals. Thursday Night Football on NFL Network. Let's go back to that interception by Derek Carr.
Well, watch the contact before the ball gets there. There's no doubt in my mind that could have been called pass interference, but we talked about it before early in the game. The Raiders came out. As we see a run on first down by the Titans, the Raiders came out attacking Parrish Cox. We talked about the dangers of going against the top corner like Jason McCourty right there. It cost the Raiders and Derek Carr's first interception of the season. He had gone 137 passes on the year without an interception.
It dates back to last year. His last interception was week 17. So first pick of the season thrown by Carr. And with 12:50, the Titans back on offense, trailing by 7.
I do think that should have been a pass interference call, though I could tell up here in the box that it was early contact.
Titans with an inside handoff to Murray, and DeMarco Murray picks up a Tennessee first down.
Yes. How often do you see these offenses in the NFL begin to get away from the run game when they get down late in the game or in the 4th quarter of a game, late in the 3rd quarter? Titans don't do that. DeMarco Murray comes out, keep handing it to that guy. We talk a lot about the young quarterbacks in this game, Derek Carr and obviously Marcus Mariota. That guy, DeMarco Murray, is the linchpin of the Tennessee offense. He is their playmaker. He's their guy that they hand it to. He's the only real consistent weapon they have.
4 yards away from 100 on the day for DeMarco Murray. They go right back to him. And Murray with a flag down gets to the 43-yard line. The flag is on the far side of the field in front of the Raiders sideline.
Offside, defense, number 52, lined up in the neutral zone. 5-yard penalty will be played from the previous spot, and it will be first down.
So that penalty goes against Khalil Mack.
Well, you talked about DeMarco Murray, Steve. I mean, he is truly the only bona fide, established elite player, elite history player that this team has. Delaney Walker, you could put in that category the last couple years, but since 2013, DeMarco Murray has 29 rushing touchdowns. That's the most of any active running back in the NFL.
They also have Andre Johnson, but he's not used as regularly as he's been in the past.
He's not the same player that he was. Yeah, that's right.
Sure. Derrick Henry back in the game, breaking tackles with stiff arms. Derrick Henry into Oakland territory. There is a flag down close to midfield. And this looks to be going against the Titans.
Well, that's a shame.
Holding, offense, number 67. 10-yard penalty, and replay first down.
It's on the left guard, Quinton Spain, second-year man out of West Virginia.
Yeah, it goes
That's his second big penalty of the day.
Yeah, that's a big waste of a great run by Derrick Henry.
Right here on the left side of your screen, we're trying to see what the...
I don't
He
know.
was going to the ground. Did he have his right arm on the left shoulder? Yeah, he probably did. Yeah, he's got him underneath the armpit.
Yeah, he pulled him down with his top arm, with his right arm.
But what a tremendous effort by Derrick Henry. Boy, he just shed those tacklers, made it look like they were just bouncing off of him.
6 penalties against the Titans. They had 12 last week. Quick pass to Harry Douglas, and he is spun for a loss. DJ Hayden was not fooled on that play by Tennessee.
You know, Steve Tasker, that's one of those plays where you sit there and you look at it, you say on the cardboard, or on the chalkboard, it looks great, but you're throwing a screen pass with the running back motioning out and trying to be the lead blocker.
Yeah.
In theory, I think it makes sense, but right there, practicality-wise, that did not work at all for the Tennessee Titans.
Loss of 5 on the play. Second down and 20. Mariota incomplete. Was looking for Jason Morrow, who again is playing in his first game as a Titan. Appeared to be a miscommunication there.
Yeah, Mariota looked a little bit disappointed in Amaro on that. He threw that, and he wanted Amaro to pivot back to the inside where he threw the football. Amaro, he didn't realize the ball had even been thrown. He was not ready to make that reception.
This is a very dangerous situation here. Now you're down 7, third and about 18. Marcus Mariota's got to be smart with the football here.
Mariota to Johnson, it's incomplete. And again, David Amerson getting a hand on that one. Had a big game against the Titans last year, and another good game today for Amerson.
Well, they're going to their guy, Andre Johnson. He couldn't reach out to get it. Amerson does a nice job. That's just good defense. Andre Johnson couldn't extend his arms out to catch that out ahead of him because of the angle that he was running, and Amerson just slaps that away. Pretty good throw. That was just well defended. You're not going to complete that pass.
4th pass defense by Amerson today. He had 6 last year against the Titans. Here's Richard returning the punt. And Richard is crunched by Wesley Woodyard. And the Raiders' interception does not cost them any points. They'll get the ball back on offense. Derek Carr in Oakland leading at 17-10 with 10:01 to go.
The NFL on CBS is sponsored by State Farm. Talk to an agent today at 800-STATE-FARM. The Home Depot. More saving, more doing. And by the all-new Chrysler Pacifica, imported from Detroit.
The Derek Carr interception was Oakland's first turnover of the season, but it did not lead to any points. Raiders back on offense. They have a 7-point lead. Andre Holmes, the motion man, on first down. And they give it to Washington. And Washington does not get much. Jason McCourty closing quickly for Dick LeBeau's defense.
Yeah, this is the point where the Oakland Raiders are going to try and just physically wear out this defense. They're going to hand this football off, lean on the front seven of Tennessee, and just grind out by hook or crook a first down to stay on this football field.
Flag is down on 2nd and 9. Ball comes out. They're saying it was incomplete. Coverage on the play by Valentino Blake. Amari Cooper could not bring it in, but again, there is a penalty flag. And it's going against the Raiders.
Interesting, because they let that play go ahead. There must have been a misalignment.
Illegal formation, offense number 74, not on the line of scrimmage. A 5-yard penalty, and repeat, 2nd down.
That's the rookie right tackle, Vidal Alexander, who's playing for Menelik Watson, who left earlier in the game with a leg injury.
What?
He's got to be up on the line of scrimmage, and these guys, you can see what he's looking at. I mean, he's going against Derek Morgan on the outside. He wants to get off that line as much as he can to cut that angle down to the quarterback, and he did too much.
I don't know why you wouldn't decline that penalty and have him at 3rd and 9 instead of 2nd and 15 or 14.
Crabtree, he's got it. First down and more for Oakland. Crabtree into Tennessee territory, up to the 46-yard line, a gain of 31.
Good call by you, Steve Berline. I don't know that it would have changed it, but I would have much rather had a 3rd and 9.
Right.
And that's a much more pressure-filled down for an offense, but
it changes the play calling. You know you got 2 downs to pick it up. And when you got 2nd and 14, 3rd and 9, you're going to your whole 3rd down package. It's a different package of plays. Right there, they were just trying to get half of it back. You break a tackle, he takes it the whole way. Great play, great effort by Michael Crabtree.
7 catches, 91 yards for Crabtree. They give it to Johnny Holton, speedy wide receiver out of Cincinnati, and he's taken down after a gain of 1. We go back to New York. NFL Today update with JB and Tony Gonzalez.
Cleveland fighting back.
They're fighting back indeed right here. Terrell Pryor is going to take the snap and run the 3-yard touchdown. The next play, they converted the 2-point conversion. Cleveland down only 3 now, 21-24.
10-12 left in regulation. Back to Andrew Catalon.
Guys, thank you very much. And there is an injured Titan down on the field. It's Denoris Searcy, the 6th-year man out of North Carolina. And the Titans training staff attending to the safety with 8:13 to go in the 4th quarter. Let's see if we can see what happened on the replay. Ooh. And he tripped over his own man, Kevin Byard. Timeout on the field. We're back in a moment. Tomorrow, See Why Kevin Can Wait is now TV's #1 new comedy. Kevin James is back tomorrow after The Big Bang Theory, only CBS. A lot of Raider fans in the house. A big Raiders chant just broke out here at Nissan Stadium during that last commercial timeout. Denoris Searcy was able to walk off under his own power. We'll try to get an injury update on the safety. Meanwhile, it's 2nd down and 8 for Oakland. They lead it 17-10. Richard in at running back. And he takes the handoff from Carr. And this will be 3rd down for the Raiders.
Nice job by Parrish Cox. Coming off the backside there, penetrating into the backfield, making that tackle. Corners have to tackle too. You got to stick their nose in there sometimes.
Unfortunately, when the play gets to the corners, a lot of times it's still too late to keep it from being successful. But on that one, they were all up and around the line of scrimmage. Raiders had it all packed in, and here they go empty and spread the entire field.
4 for 10 on 3rd downs. 3rd and 5. Carr dropped. Amari Cooper, who had a lot of drops last year, he lets this one go to the ground on a big 3rd down play, and Marquette King will punt.
Here's Amari Cooper right here in the slot. Look at this across the board, man-to-man. Sorry about that, man. Well, never mind. Man-to-man defense across the board. if Amari Cooper catches this, look at it. He's going to catch that thing and run another 10 or 12 yards before anybody's going to get a hand on him. That's a huge drop for Amari Cooper.
Did not have a drop in the first 2 games this season. This one comes in the 4th quarter, and Mariani back deep to receive the punt from Marquette King. And King with another good punt inside the 10-yard line. They're actually going to mark it at the 12-yard line, but Marquette King does his job. 7:20 to go. Raiders lead by 7.
The NFL on CBS is sponsored by Subway Restaurants and by Bud Light. Beer with your team on it.
Back in Tennessee, where the Titans trail 17-10, this Oakland defense came in last in the NFL in points allowed, total yards, but so far today their secondary has done a much better job in the first 2 weeks of the year.
We spoke to Jack Del Rio yesterday. He looked at us and you could tell there was some resolve in what he said. We are going to play better defense, and he was right. They have stepped up today. Ken Norton Jr. There's a little bit of conversation last week as people thought Jack Del Rio took the play calling, the defensive play calling away from Ken Norton Jr. last week. Jack said, no, actually, no. I chimed in once in a while and said, hey, give me this or give me that. Once in a while, not every play, not even in any stretch of the thing. And that's what most head coaches do. I mean, we've heard it. Every head coach say, hey, blitz him this time or run this play. But he did that last week to Ken Norton Jr., but there's no doubt Ken Norton Jr. is running that defense every week.
They did respot the football inside the 10-yard line to the 8. And DeMarco Murray, with that carry, has just gone over 100 yards rushing. That's the first Tennessee running back to go for over 100 yards in 35 games. Chris Johnson in December of 2013, the last Titans running back to go over 100. DeMarco Murray now with 105. He only had one 100-yard rushing game last year with the Philadelphia Eagles. 2nd and 1, back to Murray. He's got the first down, and Murray to the 25-yard line. 6:35 to go in the 4th.
Yeah, you talk about how he only had one last year in Philadelphia. The year before that in Dallas, he had a bunch. There's no doubt this guy can still play the game. Today he's getting a chance to show what he can do. Tough yards. Look at his feet in the hole, his vision. He's got all the qualities you look for in a feature back, and today he's getting a chance to show it.
Murray next to Mariota. Derrick Henry now will join them in the backfield on 1st and 10. Mariota pump fakes in trouble, and he's taken down. Shalik Calhoun and Danico Autry combining to bring down Mariota.
Yeah, this is a little bit of a coverage sack as he drops back. Wants to throw it, can't, has to step up away from the pressure, and it's just too late. You see there, he almost drops that football again, and that's becoming an issue, a constant issue. When he tucks the ball and run, you got to tuck it away. You can't just pull it in closer, pull it down off your shoulder from where you were going to throw it. You got to protect it.
Last week, a brilliant 4th quarter for Mariota, not so much today. 1 for 4 for -5 yards. They keep it going on the ground, though, with Henry. He takes it out to the 30-yard line.
But at some point, Mariota's got to make a play here in the passing game. 3rd and about 5 or 6 right here. Good, strong run. That's the only way they've been able to really move the ball here in recent drives. Derrick Henry and DeMarco Murray running right at this Raiders defense.
Well, what they're doing, they're sitting on the short routes. They're daring Mariota to throw it down the football field. He hasn't done it yet.
And they don't have anybody that scares him.
Yeah, the Raiders are snugging up to the line of scrimmage. They're going to try and stop the run and stop the short pass and see if you can beat him without him.
3rd down and 6. Mariota over the middle, incomplete. He was looking for Jason Morrow. Good coverage on the play by Reggie Nelson.
You're 100%.
And Tennessee will punt.
You're 100% right, Steve Tasker. These guys are sitting on everything right here. The second level pass to Rashard Matthews right there is just challenged. They sat on the underneath routes. They challenged the over-the-top route. You can see right there, all three of the receivers on that side of the field are they're not even given any breathing room whatsoever.
Rashard back deep to return the punt. Kern with a great kick inside the 15. Rashard has a little bit of room to run. He gets to the 25, and then he is taken down by Nate Palmer. And the Raiders will start this drive at the 25 with 4:18 to go. Coming up next, the action keeps flowing as the Steelers take on the Eagles. Jets challenge the Chiefs, and the Chargers go against the Colts. Check your local listings. Oakland has won 3 of its last 4 road games going back to last year. They have not started a season 2-0 on the road since 2002. They have a chance on offense to take down this clock and finish this game against Tennessee, although the Titans do have 3 timeouts remaining.
Yeah, it's rare in a football game. It doesn't happen very often where you've got a chance you got the ball in your hand with a chance to win it right here. Not by scoring, but by just grinding out the clock. The 4-minute offense is something everybody works on. We'll see if the Raiders can get it done right here with 4:18 left. First down.
Rashard on first down. And Rashard with some aggressive running right at Rashad Johnson. Really interesting. Big drive, late 4th quarter. You've got Latavius Murray, and they started with a carry to an undrafted rookie out of Southern Mississippi.
It shows the confidence they have in these young running backs. You know, DeAndre Washington and Jalen Rashard. But yeah, you would think that you'd want your big power back in there for these kind of situations. 4-minute offense, as Steve Tasker described. Generally speaking, it's a power type of a run game.
Well, Rashard did the wrong thing. He went out of bounds. On a 4-minute offense, you want to keep the clock running and tick, 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 let that thing go. He made a big mistake by not just going down on the tackle and trying to do his best to stay in.
2nd and 2, Rashard again, right into Damian Stafford, but it looks like Rashard has enough for a first down.
Yeah, I think Latavius Murray, as he comes onto the field, I think that's a nod to the conditions. And 90+ degrees out here. Give Latavius Murray the first couple of plays of this drive off, then let him come in and maybe stay in long enough to finish this drive if they get down far enough.
He's only had 7 carries on the day for 29 yards.
Washington with 6 carries, Rashard with 5 carries. So a balanced attack in the backfield for Oakland, but right now it's Murray with 3:30 to go in the 4th quarter. Carr looking to throw, taking a deep shot for Cooper, and he was out of bounds. So Oakland loaded up on first down, and they took a shot deep. It's incomplete.
And again, the clock stops. I like the mentality. You got the matchup you want. Amari Cooper on Parrish Cox. We've been talking about it all day. Derek Carr's got to give his receiver a chance to go up and get this ball in bounds.
Well,
but it's a risky call because you're trying to run time off the clock.
Yeah, Cooper's got to lean on Cox to get him away from that sideline. You got to leave your quarterback some space there. 3 yards is usually the number. You want to give yourself about 2 steps. Cooper got pushed to the sideline. That's an impossible throw.
I think the throw pulled him out of bounds anyway, though.
2nd down and 10. Back on the ground with Rashard. And he maybe gets back to the line of scrimmage. We're definitely going to go back to New York. An NFL Today update with JB and Tony Gonzalez.
Tony, you like this action?
Yeah, I love this action. Look at Peyton Manning's replacement. Trevor Siemian throws it up over the top to Demaryius Thomas for the 55-yard touchdown pass. That's 4 touchdown passes for Trevor Siemian today. Denver up 29-17 over Cincinnati.
4, count 'em, 4. Back to Andrew CATALON.
JB, thank you. Tennessee called a timeout to stop the clock with 3:12 to go. And a big 3rd down here. 3rd and 8 for the Raiders at their own 38-yard line. Dick LeBeau, 79 years old. His 58th year in the NFL. What will he dial up defensively for this Tennessee defense?
Well, here's the matchup. One-on-one on Parrish Cox.
Carr has time, throwing sideline for Crabtree. Was he in bounds? Yes, he was. First down for the Raiders.
Wow, That's some great tap dancing by Michael Crabtree. If he got these feet down.
Great job of plucking it out of the air, too.
Yes. Nice throw by Derek Carr. 1, 2. He got it in. That toe's in.
Yeah. And it's actually on the ground the first time, too, but he gets it down the second time as well. He kind of got 3 feet down.
Do you count that first one?
Right there. I think it is on the ground before he even has to tap it that second time. Great catch. That's just so hard to have confidence to pluck that ball out with just your hands.
Crabtree over 100 yards receiving. And they go to Murray. And Tennessee will have to think about how to use their timeouts here. Inside 3 minutes to go. I'm a bit surprised they don't call one right here.
Yeah, you got the 2-minute warning as well. So you're going to have to stop them on this third down situation coming up in a minute. Well, we might as well burn the timeouts and leave yourself 2 minutes.
Well, we were critical of them at the end of the first half, not using their timeouts properly, and it cost them a turnover. We'll see if they can do a better job here, but I'm with you. I mean, I think the Raiders are perfectly happy. Raiders are perfectly happy to let this clock run down.
2nd down and 7. Andre Holmes in motion. They take the snap with 1 on the play clock. Give it to Latavius Murray. And Murray to the 46-yard line. And now Tennessee has called timeout. With 2:16 to go, the Titans have 1 timeout left and the 2-minute warning. And again, a big 3rd down play coming here for the Oakland Raiders.
Yeah, this 3rd down affects the end of the game, not because of any scoring possibilities, but because of what it's going to do to Tennessee and their timeouts and the 2-minute warning in the clock. You pick this up, and that's a big step towards victory. That's almost enough to put the game away. Well, not quite, but it does give them a chance to get down inside 1 minute before you have to give the ball back to them.
Steve BEUERLEIN, do you run it or throw it here if you're the Raiders?
Boy, I'll tell you, they have a lot of confidence in Derek Carr. I'd expect them to try and get the matchup they want, either with Clive Walford, tight end on a safety or linebacker, or Amari Cooper one-on-one on Paris Cox.
Cooper.
Because, you're going to get the timeout. 2-minute warning.
Cooper at the bottom of your screen, matched up with Cox. Murray is the running back on 3rd and 5. It's a handoff to Murray, and Latavius Murray takes it right to the sticks, about a half-yard short. Now, we've seen Jack Del Rio be very aggressive this year. He went for it twice on 4th downs last week. He went for the 2-point conversion in the win against the Saints in Week 1. What will Black Jack Del Rio do here? 4th and 1 when we come back. As we mentioned before the break, Jack Del Rio has been aggressive this year, but on this 4th down and 1, he has sent his punter, Marquette King, out on the field. Mariani back deep for the Titans. King trying to pin him deep, and it goes into the end zone. So Marquette King, who's had a great day, does not deliver a clutch punt here, and Tennessee will get the ball at the 20-yard line with 1:51 to go. Flashback to last week. Marcus Mariota and the Titans on the road against Detroit, and on the game-winning drive, 13 plays, 83 yards, and on that drive, Mariota was 9 for 9 for 74 yards, including the game-winning touchdown to Andre Johnson right here on 4th down. But today in the 4th quarter, Mariota has really struggled against Oakland. He's just 1 of 5 for -5 yards and an interception. Does he have some magic left here against the Raiders? On 1st down, pass is complete to Rashard Matthews. He's inbounds. The clock continues to tick. Tennessee has 1 timeout remaining.
That was a good, strong throw under heavy pressure by the young quarterback Mariota right there.
90 seconds to go. Mariota over the middle. Douglas has it in midfield. Harry Douglas into Oakland territory. A game 25 with 1:20 to go.
Well, we've spoken about how good they are offensively, and they lean on their running game. In these situations, you don't think play calling, run or pass, you think players. You got to get it to your playmakers. Unfortunately, it's their running back.
1st and 10. What a catch! Tajay Sharp. The rookie hauls it in, a gain of 23. and the Titans moving right down the field with 1:02 to go.
Well, for a team that doesn't have a big #1 wideout, all of a sudden they've got guys making plays for them.
This is 3 great throws by Marcus Mariota. Forget about what's happened in the past. He's shown what he's made of with the game on the line right here.
3 for 3 for 58 yards on this drive. Mariota back to the air. Sharp again inside the 5. Sharp still going. And now he is down at the 4-yard line.
Oh, yeah, you can't
They got
do
a
that.
Penalty comes in late.
Cannot do that.
Taylor Lewan can't do that.
That wasn't Taylor Lewan. It was, I believe it's Ben Jones, the center.
Now they're taking Taylor Lewan off the field because they think he might have had a concussion. Yeah, it was a couple of offensive linemen that came in late.
Ben Jones came in over the top late.
And Lewan was there with him.
Here's Tony Corrente.
At the conclusion of the play, personal foul, unnecessary roughness, offense number 77. A 15-yard penalty.
You're right.
It will be first down with 10 to go.
And now he had to come off the field because he stayed on the ground and lingered on the ground. The official thought he might have a head concussion. So they took their left tackle out of the game. You see, he came right in late.
Both he and Ben Jones came over the top.
Right here, you'll see that. You can't miss it. He came in and he stayed down after this as though he was in some pain or in some discomfort. You see, like right there, you see how he went down to the ground. They think he may have a head injury, so now
with 10 yards to go.
The independent
unaffiliated neurotrauma consultant evaluating Lewan, similar to what the officials did with Tyrod Taylor in the Buffalo Jets Thursday night game. So the penalty backs up the Titans. They have it at the 18-yard line. Mariota incomplete, high over the head of Harry Douglas. It's Dennis Kelly who's come in to play left tackle for Lewan.
You know, this is inexcusable. And I respect offensive linemen that have a nasty attitude, that want to get out there and take a shot within the parameter of the rule. But you got to, this is a situation, you just got the ball to the 4-yard line. You cannot make a dumb decision like that. They're back all the way at the 18. Unacceptable.
And he's back in the game, so Lewan misses just one play. It's second down and 10, 47 seconds to go. Mariota bobbles the snap, recovers, completes it to Murray, who gets to the 13-yard line. Tennessee with just the one timeout remaining, and they are not going to use it here.
Well, they're in 4-down territory, of course, and they're going to go hurry up tempo. We'll see what Mariota can do.
On 3rd and 5. Mariota to the end zone. Johnson, touchdown! Andre Johnson, and a late flag has come in.
This is going to be on Andre Johnson, it looks like.
Really?
The Raiders are indicating it's pass interference against Tennessee.
Pass interference, offense, number 81. 10-yard penalty, and repeat, 3rd down.
Andre Johnson right at the top of the stem.
In the slot there.
Right there, 81, and you see him, well, I don't know, he didn't look like he extended his arm, but there was contact.
I think he did extend the arm.
Yeah, he hit the guy.
But it was T.J. Carey who had the coverage on Johnson and drew the penalty. Johnson caught the game winner last week against Detroit. Appeared to have brought the Titans within 1 point there. The pass interference wipes it off. So 2 critical penalties against Tennessee on this drive.
It hurts to say it, but I think that's the right call. He got that arm extended. That's all the referee sees.
3rd down and 15. Mariota to Murray at the 20, to Marco Murray to the 15, and down to the 12-yard line. Tennessee has called its final timeout with 14 seconds to go. They will have it a 4th down situation coming up. The game winner last week against Detroit came on a 4th down.
Yeah, it's the right call for that timeout right there.
Well, you have to, yeah.
You got to call it. You got to give yourself the best chance. 4th down and 3. And now listen, you got to remember though, even if they get the 1st down, they got to get up to the line of scrimmage and spike the ball. With 16 seconds left, you're going to have time for about 3 plays from scrimmage. maybe.
No, you're not. Because
if you can get a quick incomplete pass, and one of them's going to be a spike.
But it takes a good 8 to 10 seconds even from this close to get up and get set and spike the ball.
4th down and 4. Game on the line here in Nashville. Mariota looking left, throwing left. A lot of contact in the end zone. No penalty. Harry Douglas, the intended target, and the Raiders defense celebrates, and Douglas can't believe it.
I think this could have been called. I don't know if you make the call with the game on the line. We'll see how obvious it was.
He was trying to hold off. He had his arms in the air, and it looks he went up high. I think that's a good no call. Listen, when you're in the 4th down in the 4th quarter, last play of the game, it takes something more egregious than that to get the official to pry that flag out of his pocket.
I agree with the game on the line. There was not a grab of the jersey. It was a hand on the back. It was nothing that affected really the outcome of the play.
And it comes down to a kneel down here for the Raiders.
TJ Carey had the coverage on Harry Douglas. This is a Raiders defense that came in with the worst defense in the NFL through 2 games. And Khalil Mack told us yesterday that he called a players-only defensive meeting on Monday morning, and they aired it all out, tried to get on the same page, and this Raiders defense responds by holding Tennessee to just 10 points today. And they win it 17-10 with a little extracurricular after the final whistle. Oakland improves to 2-1. Raiders win it 17-10. For Steve Tasker, Steve BEUERLEIN, this is Andrew CATALON saying so long from Nashville. We're going to throw you to Baltimore and Jacksonville. Tom McCarthy on the call here on CBS.